Another inquiry might
Let's
be
get into
asking
exactly
to
how we
quote a
do it.
trip. No budget, vague details. Let me show you how to never get a vague travel inquiry again. If you're tired of playing 20 questions with every potential client, this system right here finally changed my entire booking process. From here on out, stick around. We are only getting quality inquiries. Hey, friend. Hey, I'm Terica, and I help new and experienced travel agents alike grow and transform their businesses with simple, scalable automation systems. Today, I'm sharing my strategic inquiry form that pre qualifies your clients by to the tire kickers, make you look like the total professional you are, and get you all the info you need at one time. Plus, I'm showing you exactly how to word each question to get the responses you actually need to help your client. We are going to actually create our travel inquiry form. This will be a professional way for you to gather information about people who are interested in your service. It's the tone for just how you handle your business. And trust me, people will respect it if you give them how you handle your business. So they will handle it. If you build a whole trip, can't see that. If you build your entire trip in DMs and text messages, people will handle you just like that. We don't want that. We want to be professional. We will create our form. We title our form Travel Inquiry Form. I named it too because I already have one, but I'm just going to follow along with the things that I think you should include. You can definitely change and delete anything that does not pertain to you. The first thing is definitely capturing an email address. That is super important so that we just have their information, whether they reached out on Facebook or any other social media platform or you met them in person. You always want to get an email to help start building your email list so that when you do launch your trips, you have an audience to send it to already before you're posting it online. After the email, which is going to be a required field, we're going to get first name, and that is going to be a short answer. It defaults to short answer, so that's fine. And then we're going to make that required. Our next one is going to be last name, and it's short answer. That's going to be required as well. We're going to add another one, which is phone number. This is so you have a way to contact them. And for this one, instead of using number, I would just use short answer as well. But maybe there's not enough on here. So, yep, short answer, and that is going to be required as well. Our next one is date of birth. Now, a lot of people wonder, why are you asking for a date of birth when I am only looking at getting some information? People readily put it in, so I haven't had an issue. But one thing I notice is if I am researching a particular destination for a client, and with certain suppliers, they will allow you to hold a trip, but you have to have their at least their name and their birthday. So I always ask that anyway, just for that reason. And then, are you a returning client? We do want this one to be multiple choice. Now, don't worry if you're new and don't have any. Guess what? The person that's filled this out, they don't know that. They're going to think you have clients and things like that. So why not put that on there? And then as you grow, you'll need to know that anyway, because you will handle your returning clients a little bit differently. Then we want the number of travelers. Please list children's age. Leave it a short answer, and that's going to be required as well. You definitely want to put that simply because there are different packages that you can book depending on the age of the child. We're going to put list allergies. We will put this as a long text. Hopefully you won't have many people, that you need that long text for, but just in case. And that one will not be required. Our next one is, where would you like to travel? And this one does not have to be a required. You can make it if you want to. We'll make it a short answer. Because sometimes people will reach out and they're like, I don't know where I want to go. It's my birthday. Can you just tell me? So you can make that a requirement, but you don't have to. City of departure. just for your preliminary research before your consultation with them. This is just stuff that'll help you with your research. City of departure is a short answer and it's not required. Our next one is travel departure date, and that's going to be a date. And that one doesn't have to be required. Again, they may just actually, have flexibility and want to know from you. So that doesn't have to be required. And then this one we're just going to duplicate because then we're going to change this one to travel return date. And that's just a quick way to just get through the form and enter that. And then we want to ask, if they do put a date, are your dates flexible? Because you may actually be able to save them money or something like that if they go a week earlier or a week later. Now, if it's an anniversary, birthday, the dates are probably not flexible. But that was going to be multiple choice. And then the question that everyone hates, what is your ideal budget? Now, of course, this one is going to be multiple choice because I'm going to give them ranges. So we'll say $1,000 to $1,500. And then we'll say $1,501 to $3,000. Now, you can change these as well to whatever suits your clientele. But you definitely want to include this and make it required. And people will sometimes just default to the least amount because they'll just say, I just want to spend the least amount possible. But you want to have some kind of idea of if this is a realistic client. If they send you, I want to go to the Maldives for 7 days, all inclusive, flights, everything, and I have $3,000 to spend. Off the bat, you know that this ain't gonna happen, basically. This just helps so that you do have the conversation. And starting out, what I would do, I would have these questions right there, but which is what I do. Because then you can just go right along and ask all the questions and you will have everything that you need to build out a solid proposal. Our next one is, will you be using points for any portion of this trip? And you want to ask that question because you do get people, and we're going to make that multiple choice. You do get people who are corporate travelers and they have acquired a certain amount of points. So they may say, I only want land only, but the people that are involved with me, they want a flight as well. So then that lets you know I need to offer a land only package and a full package. But it also helps you with knowing what components that you will be looking to book for them. So the next one is, what phase of planning are you in? And you want to ask this question because people will shop around. They will test you against other agents and who got the better deal. And it also just gives you some insight on how much they know. They split. No. But it'll just help you in that sense. And then some people will actually already have everything booked, and then they just want you to do the excursions and activities. We just need activities. And you can decide if that's something you're going to offer. You may decide that I only do full. You may decide that I only do full trips, like where I'm doing everything, at least the hotel and the activities, or hotels, flights, activities. But there are ways that you can just also service these clients without any effort on your own if they just want activities. Excuse me. If they just want activities, and we can definitely go through that. So the next one is, what travel components would you like to include? Okay. And then here we are with exactly what I was just talking about in the previous question. So the first one is going to be full package, and spell it out for them. That's flights, accommodations. Because sometimes they don't know what all you offer. Accommodations, transportation, and that's in destination transportation and activities. All right. Now we are going to add another one, and I'm just going to copy this and put it here. If I'm at a clip there, don't look like it. Well, okay, so I'm going to type that out. So the next one is land only. What is happening here? Oh, it defaulted to other. Okay, now let's try. There we go. So we're going to just say land only. And we will take out everything. I will leave in everything except for the flights. And then the next one is excursions only. And this is just your version of activity. So I probably would keep the same language so that they're not confused. So I would say activities only. And then you can say other, because they very well may say, hey, can I just get insurance from you? And the answer is, why, yes, you can. Here's my link for travel insurance. But what type of travel are you looking for? And this question will basically give you some idea of their expectation. So are they looking for luxury, boutique, hotel, urban city, centrally located hotel? And that's for your places like New York City and Vegas and places like that it's important as to where they stay. Large resorts with lots of activity. And they could very well want a combination of these, but you just get that information when you talk to them. Family friendly, adults only, all inclusive. And again, this is going to be a required field because I feel we need to know what they are looking for. So our next one is going to be, what are your travel priorities? And this one will just give you the kind of vibe they're looking for. Local culture, arts, and architecture. And a lot of these will depends on the place that they're going. Food and wine, adventure, spa and wellness, rest and relaxation. So we have that one. And then we definitely want to know, are you celebrating anything? And here's a quick tip on this one. So when I get that they're celebrating something, and especially if they say like a birthday, what I would tend to do in my proposal, hopefully they should have put their birthday up there. If it's not a birthday for them, it's for somebody else. I always ask what is the birth date, and then I try to tailor the proposal around, make sure that there's something in there for them. So if it's a dinner off resort or a special dinner or something, I try to schedule it for that day of the birthday. So that's just a quick tip when putting your proposals together. So that's why some of these are very important. And some people won't understand. And then here are must-dos for your trip. We're going to make that short answer. Some people don't understand, like, why you go through all this. Like, why why can I just text back and forth, DM? But there's sometimes a method to the madness. Not only collecting their email addresses, but like I said, also just making you more prepared when you are filling out their information. Because when you're having a conversation over DM, there may be some things that you forget or they forget. Having this form will keep you on track. And when you're done with the call, you have all the information you need. And it's a process. And that's the thing. We have to have processes in our business. If you hire somebody to do the job and you just do it willy-nilly, there's no way for you to delegate that process to somebody else. So just keep in mind that, with everything, we want to have a dedicated process. And then we want to have we want to have a place for additional information. How did you hear about us? That helps you to know where to spend your time marketing. And please check your email. They have all these new blocks for emails, but they have all these new blocks. Sometimes your emails will go to spam. So you just want to make sure. And this one, we're just going to make it a checkbox. Like checkbox, and in that way they can just click, and we'll put yes. And we only want that one. And then our last question is, I agree. And you'll put whatever your travel company. I agree to allow email and SMS messages. I agree. Send me email and SMS message and reference to my travel planning. Okay, so this one also will be multiple choice. I'm sorry, checkbox. This one will be checkbox, and we will say yes. And that's basically giving them the option to opt in for that. And pretty much that is it. That is your entire travel inquiry form. Now, there are some things that you can do to make this, more unique and for you. You can use this little paint thingy here. And if you have certain colors, you can actually put in your brand colors. In the beginning, of course, you want to have brand colors. Everything needs to be branded for your business. So you put that hex code in there and it will so for instance, I'll just use, and you see it changes the color. So the background, they just give you that. You're not really able to change that too much, but you can change the main color and the feel of it. I would also change these. I just feel like they just look like forms. So I would go through and change this. And then you can also, so let's change the header to something else. Okay. So then you can also choose an image to put on your header. So I would highly recommend doing that. Just upload some file that you have and put it in the header. I will give you what the dimensions are. Again, you can create this in Canva. Let's see. But yes, I would definitely change up everything. But you can also go in here and you can select a header. Let me see if I can find something real quick just to put on here. But you choose image and just know where you saved it to. And my computer's just a little slow. Or we could just go in here. Before we go there, we can just go in here. There's a travel one. Let's see what they have. So yeah, you can just put something like this, insert it, and that will be what they see. Now, we can also go in Canva, take this same size, and we can put a picture on the background, put our little company name with our logo and everything like that. But also see that it changes it to match whatever the theme colors are. But you can always change that back as well. So yeah, that would be your form. You would then go ahead and publish the form. And you want anyone with the link so that when you send it, anyone can get this link and fill it out. And then I'm going to go to settings first, and then I'll come back to responses. But we will go to settings, and it'll just go through, do you want to send them? No, we don't. Limit one response. No, we don't want to limit one response. Manage how it is presented. You can have a little progress bar that just gives them a percentage. And then you can have a confirmation message. And so you can say, thank you We have received your responses. And you can say again, please check your email to schedule your consultation. And you can say free consultation, or if you charge, anything like that. Show link to submit another response. We don't want that. And disable auto send, we leave that. That's pretty much our settings there. Close that. And so the next thing we want to do is, this is where a lot of our automation will come in. So what we want to do is we want to link, when they fill out all of these, we want all of that information to go to a sheet. So if you link it to a sheet, and so we can create a new spreadsheet, or we can select an existing, I would say create a new one. And it would just be named Travel Inquiry Responses. And you see how it has timestamp, email address. If you scroll all the way over, it has every question that you ask them. And so as you grow, this list will grow where you have all of these filled in with inquiries. And you can always go back and reference them if someone, maybe something happens in their family and they can't get back to you. You can always go back to refresh and have it in one space. So the other thing we're going to do is, once we create that, we are actually going to move this, because remember, we need to be organized. This will help in our automations. So we're going to move this. And when we move it, I'm going to do all locations. I know where my leads for. There it is right there. But just in case this didn't show up, you want to go to all locations, my drives. It lists all of those folders we have. I know that leads are in my marketing and sales. And then each time you're going to press the arrow. Once you're ready to move the actual file, you'll press this. But each time you need to drill down a little bit more. So I need to go inside of this folder. So I'm going to press the arrow. And then when I get here, I have travel inquiry. And I'm going to move this right here. And so that's important, because like I said, as we automate these things, knowing where your information lives, and even just being able to get to it quickly, is what will help. So the other thing, how does my client get the form? So you are going to go here and go to this little copy responder link. You're going to click that, and you're going to right click and copy. I would say start a Google Sheet with important links like this. And I can do another tutorial just to show you how I quickly, I'm going to move this over, how I quickly get to them. You can also shorten the URL to this, so it's not that long, whatever. And you just hit copy right there. So if someone reached out to me, the first thing I'm going to say is, hey, I need your email address. And then I am going to go to my Gmail. I am going to compose a new email. I am going to put their name in there. Test email at gmail.com. I'm going to say travel inquiry. And then I'm going to type something. Thank you for thinking of me. Would love to help you with your vacation. And you can say plans. Please take a moment to fill out a travel inquiry form to help me create the most amazing trip for you. And then you're going to put the link. Click here. You have to give them directions. You're actually going to go down here to this little link thing here. And you're going to put the top box is what you want them to see. Travel inquiry form. And the bottom is the actual link where it'll take them. Apply. So they'll just click there. And then you'll say best regards. And of course, you'll have a better little email. It is the travel with your number and email and all of that stuff. And then you will click send. And I will show you a quick way that you can have this as a template. So it says the same thing. It says the only thing you have to change is the email up here. And you may want to type out their name or something like that. But if not, you could just send it that way. So this is a way to just get started on your path of organizing your business, getting ready for your automations. And I hope this helped. Now, if you're ready to start getting those detailed inquiries, grab my free travel inquiry form template. The link is in the description. It's literally copy and paste with all the questions prepared for you. And if you're loving these business changing tips, come join my Skool community. We're sharing all the templates, all the scripts, and the systems you need to level up your travel business. The link is also in the description. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button and drop me a comment if you're ready to start attracting those dream clients. And see you in the next video.